Freedom costs $1.05. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. We're going to talk about which farm you should work on first with Jabba versus Starkiller. Now, a lot of times you're going to want Jabba, and I know that. I've been preaching it forever. Drop everything and work on Jabba. However, there are some circumstances where you're going to want Starkiller first, and so we're going to parallel this with kind of an update for my smallest account, which I just restarted a month or two ago, probably just a month ago, and just trying to figure out what we want to do on that account and how we can approach, the raid is so important. We want to be able to work on that. GAC is significantly less important these days. Starkiller is just a GAC character for the most part, so why would we stick with the Starkiller farm as opposed to the Jabba farm, which is far more lucrative? Let's look into it here, folks. It's good to have this discussion. So before we jump into anything, guys, I do want to say thank you guys so much to all of my patrons, you guys and you gals. I know that there are a few gals in there. You guys and gals are all amazing, and I could not do this without you. Thank you all so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. And guys, just a reminder, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is like this video, and all of my videos, and not just like it in your heart, guys. You can click the little thumbs up button. That means you like something. If you ever like something in real life, just thumbs up, and they'll realize that you like them. Even if it's an inanimate object, everyone knows what that means. It's a universal symbol. There are other fingers that have other universal meanings as well, but I don't have time to educate you in that. The algorithm needs no education in it, though, folks. It does need the upvote, though. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let's jump into my alternate account here, guys. This is PrevailMan, and I didn't play it for 300 days before I picked it up again about a month ago. A little over a month, maybe, at this point. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to find the right button. There. Whoa. The right button it was. Is what she said. We've got... Oh, man, we're almost... I was at 4.2 when I started. Man, things just escalate so quickly lately. We're like 4.4, essentially. Okay, so the idea here, guys, was to work on Starkiller. This is the initial one. I made a video about it, and you guys can go check it out. I'll try to link it in the video description. But the idea is... we're just trying to build a bunch of really strong utility teams around the Starkiller requirements. The Starkiller team isn't necessarily the reason we're working on things, though I do need more Galactic Legend counters. That's one very, very weak point of this roster, is I don't have any off-meta killing or Galactic Legend killing teams in GAC, and I need them. And Starkiller provides that against almost all of them. Not Jabba, but not Jedi Master Kenobi. There are a few weak points, but we can probably get past those with Kenobi. We can actually beat with dash sometimes, not too often, but we can game it a little bit. So, anyways. We've got the Starkiller team. I don't know if Calcastus is going to be the next character. I don't know is that going to be my Lasufu? Maybe. He's a farmable, pretty cheap node Cantina farm, and he's going to be very important moving forward. So it's well, maybe I should just work on him instead of trying to unlock Jedi Training Rey, which I would have almost no use for because I don't need her to unlock anything right now. Not Jedi Master Luke. Eventually, yes, but not yet. So I think this is going to be the team, because Kenobi is a requirement character, and he's very, very strong on this team. And then, of course, we want EP Mara, because Mara is the one that goes with Starkiller. Now, the Dash team, I already threw an Omicron on Dash, and Vandor Chewie. That's probably represents the most of my work. This little square of 4, plus C-3PO. I got C-3PO up to gear 13, Relic 5 actually, so that I could actually have a fully Relic 5 CLS team, because that's almost the best team on this account, embarrassingly. But we have Dash, we have Vandor Chewie, and then the Bando team this is like they're not required for anything, but man, they are super strong. And you know, you get the pre-taunt with IG and Queel, like it's very versatile, goes with a ton of different teams. And then of course Beskar Mando, bam, he does a lot of really great work in a lot of different places. Plus, if we're going to eventually farm Jabba, we'll get Fennec, and if we get Fennec, we already have good bounty hunters on this account. We can use Bam to go right alongside the Fennec squad. It's gonna be a thing, guys. But yeah, Vander Chewie was like gear 0 when I first opened this. Like when I got this account started up again. You know, Dash and Vander are both really good together. And then of course, so here's one of the really important aspects, guys, of working on Starkiller and the requirements. So Darth Talon goes really well with Traya. Here's the thing, I need someone who can help me with farming Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds is crazy important. I don't have any conquest characters unlocked except for Razor Crest, which is not even 7-star yet. I don't have Cat, I don't have Maul, and I don't have Malgus, so I can't get the new fleet. I have to be able to work on that, and Traya is at least someone who can help me with a ton of those. I don't know if she can help me unlock all of them, because there's no guides out there, guys, on how to finish these missions. I'll try to record them myself and make guides for them eventually, but what I've heard is that Darth Traya really helps. Right now I don't have anything that can help me unlock Malgus, and we need to get this squad up and running kind of as early as we can, because we don't want to miss out on those farms. It's 20 shards per month, and if we decide like, hey, let's go for Jabba's gonna take 6 months, as I'll show you guys. I don't like, that's 120 shards on all those conquest characters. Like, that is a long time to go without them. And so working on this Traya squad, pretty important, in fact, in my opinion, assuming of course she is the panacea we seek. And then of course Kyle Katarn right now goes with Mon Mothma. Here's the thing, guys. Kyle Katarn is going to be Relic 5 because he's a Starkiller requirement. Mon Mothma is going to be Relic 5 because she is a Profundity requirement. Biston is going to be Relic 5 because he is also a Profundity requirement. So we already have the bones, the skeletons of a Mon Mothma Kyle Katarn squad. Rebel Scout and POW, maybe I'll throw gear on them. Maybe I'll just neglect them. Maybe they'll just be gear 12. With the new raid economy, with the amount of stuff that we're going to be getting, all the gear and everything, I don't know yet. Like, the jury's still out on if it's just this flood of crazy amounts of gear that's just going to, you know, just completely gear 12 my entire roster in the next, like, couple weeks, or are we going to just, you know, is it going to be a little slower? I'm not sure, but one way or another, I know this is a lot of characters to gear. However, they're all very instrumental for what I want to do, except for potentially not Mon Mothma. But like I said, we already have the core of the team. It would be kind of a shame not to at least put some gear on Scout and POW. We'll just see how that has to go, guys. Now, the Profundity requirements here. We haven't, here's one of the big snags, guys, is I've just totally missed, I forgot for a while when I first picked up this account again, I forgot to start farming Admiral Radis, and I've started recently double farming him, which is just like buying a refresh, so doing 10 attempts every day, trying to get him unlocked as quickly as possible. Here are the Profundity requirements. We also need Outrider, which is only, I think he's almost 5 stars for me. And so Outrider, of course, is a requirement for Profundity. You need that ship not only to unlock, but to use Profundity well. The thing is, okay, so we want Profundity. We really want that. We want this team. It really plays well together with Starkiller requirements, including we need Dash at, I forget, does he need Relic 7 for Profundity? And then Mon Mothma is, you know, she just goes really well with Kyle Katarn and everything, so that's kind of like the inherent synergy between Starkiller, Unlock, and Profundity. And We need profundity unlocked too, guys. I don't want to neglect that. We don't have executor when we can't. I'm barely hanging on in the top 50 on my account with my really raggedy, awful malevolence build with like a gear 8 sunfac. It's not great, and I'm only earning 50 crystals a day on this account, which is free to play except for the conquest pass, which I am spending on this account. Especially because I'm not going to be able to focus on conquest as much as I want, and I want something to help a little bit with, getting a little bit of that gear, so some of the shards and stuff that, maybe it can help make up for the lower crate that I'm earning. I don't know. I might end up just not doing it anymore. But one way or another, guys, this account is free to play. Other than that, and it's like, okay, we need 400 crystals a day from that ship's shard if we possibly can, and right now I'm only getting 50. Like it's just a crazy low amount of crystals that I'm earning a day, and I just need it. So here's the thing, guys. Jabba, yes, Jabba's more important than Starkiller in almost every facet of the game. I can't really deny that. Even in GAC, Jabba is way better than Starkiller. So there is that. The big thing, guys, is I don't have Jedi Luke yet, and it's going to take me 3.5 months just to get enough GET1 to finish Wampa and Hermit Yoda. Yes, both great characters, not complaining about it, but I do, if I don't spend any GET1 on anything, it'll take me a minimum of 3.5 months to get it. The other ones, we're going to have to throw gear on everyone, and it's another Cantina farm. We already need to work on Kyle Katarn. We need to work, I just finished with Talon and Dash, but then I also have to work now on Lando and Captain Han, because they're only in Cantina as well. And so, and then if we want signal data, that's great. And then if we want other Hutt Cartel characters, which I'll show you, it's just a never-ending list of things we have to work on. And so here's just to unlock Jedi Luke. And then on top of that, here are the requirements. So I missed the marquees. I didn't play for 300 days. And it really just, I don't even have them. I think maybe the May 4th rewards gave me the 5 each on these, so I've just started slow farming these guys, but I don't have them even close to unlocked. Not to mention Jedi Knight Luke, like I showed you, has all these crazy requirements, and then I have to gear all these other things for Jabba. It's not super crazy. I was already working on Gamo, so he'll be done soon enough. We also have to farm Embo because he is really important to a Jabba team. We could work on, hopefully we just get them from Bronziums, frankly, but, this isn't insurmountable. However, if you look at this graphic, it's nothing too crazy that I made here, folks. Let's do the zoomed in version here. I'll dismiss my face here in just a moment, but here's the thing. If you look at it like this, guys, right now I have what it takes to get Starkiller. I have all the characters except for I have to farm Kyle Katarn, which will be done in a couple weeks at the very minimum. And then all I have to do is put gear on those characters. Meanwhile, I have a minimum of 3.5 months before I can even try to unlock Luke, because of the Hoda and Wampa farm. And then on top of that, here, I'll hide my face, you poor dears. On top of that, I also need at least 3 months to unlock the profundity. Remember, it's not just going, it's like, okay, I have to farm Admiral Radis, but then I also have to farm all the signal data and everything on this account to be able to do that. And the Outrider is also going to need, maybe not double, Admiral Radis, I need 10 attempts a day. If I do that, it'll take me about 3 months just to farm him to completion, because he's not accelerated. He is just a slowpoke right now. So maybe it'll speed up halfway through. I don't know, but this is the numbers projecting what it's going to look like if he is not accelerated. Here, let's actually just move my face. How about that? Haha. There you go. Now you don't have to do without it, guys. You're welcome. So, working on Outrider and Adrad, the thing is, if I'm working on, I need that fleet. That is so important to what I'm doing. No way I can get it unless it's in 3 months. So I may as well be working on the Starkiller stuff so that I can also, because it's 3 months or maybe 6, I may as well also be working on the Treya squad so that it can help me be able to beat all of the, or at least some of the really important Proving Grounds missions. So we'll work on those squads. It'll be really fun and awesome. We'll have a GAC, or a whatever they're called, a Galactic Legend Killer on the on my team, on my side for GAC, because GAC is what I find most enjoyable. And then after that, while I'm as quickly farming the Adrad and profundity requirements as I can, I'll also slow farm this Boosh and Skiffguard Lando, because I can't do 4 refreshes every day. I can't spend 100 crystals on refreshes every day just to make this profundity and Jabba unlock go well. So we'll work on profundity, like the farms for profundity, while I'm also gearing the Starkiller teams. And then once we get profundity unlocked, we'll have hopefully made some really good progress and have a few months to be working on the Jabba requirements, so that when we get Boosh and Skiffguard Lando unlocked, we can also be able to work and put gear on them, in the next like 6 months or so. And so, I mean, I think you just need to kind of layer things like this, folks, and plan them out so that you're not like, oh my gosh, I can't even do anything anymore. Everything's gear 11, but it's still gonna take 2 weeks or 2 months for me to even unlock like 7-star these things. Like, may as well be working on something that will substantially help your account, like that Treya squad. And the Dash team is also really good on a lot of different levels. And then the Starkiller team isn't like terrible. It's just GAC. Like, you don't use them for territory battles, you don't use them for the raid, etc. But so I'm not making the argument, folks, that Jabba is somehow worse than Starkiller. That would be a little bit crazy and over the top, and that's just not true. It's not better. However, in this case, it's going to take me a minimum of 6 months to get Jabba, because I can't ignore the fleet grind. That is paramount to what I'm doing. Jabba isn't... if there's anything that's more important than Jabba, it's a good fleet to be able to get a lot of crystals daily. That crystal income is crazy important. And so I need to get a fleet. I need to get a fleet. We need to expedite that. We can't afford to double farm Jabba characters. And so, to refresh them, whatever you want to call it, to do 10 attempts on them and the profundity requirements. And then, while those are all being farmed, which takes 3 months to 6 months, like I said, we'll be working on putting gear on these vital squads, including one that's going to help me farm other vital characters as well. So, I don't know, it seems to make sense to me. I think that I've layered it a decent amount. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think, and, keep in mind, guys, if you're in a situation where your guild's like, dude, you have to get Jabba, drop everything, you have to. I mean, this might give you a little bit of something to think about. I'm not saying to like push back and fight and be obstinate. I mean, do that if you want, and don't tell me about it, because I don't like obstinate people, but even as I'm obstinate. But here's the thing, guys. I do think that this is something that people don't think about enough. Working on utility farms that are going to help you in other parts of the game, that are, prioritize things. And even though Jabba helps you on like almost every single level except for Fleet Arena, he is going to also sometimes be an inferior choice even as you're working on other things. So I don't know, guys. I think I think you can be working on Jabba even as you're making progress on all other aspects of your roster. Well, I'll keep putting out updates on this account, try to do one once a month, maybe twice, maybe once every 2 months, I don't know. But you can also watch them, like I usually give an update during my live streams on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitch. Super easy to watch, guys. It's a really, really cool place. In fact, you can find that in the video description, the link. But I'm going to let you go. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I would love to hear. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Man.